All right, y'all. It is Friday morning, and I'm so excited that y'all decided to drop by. But first, y'all know what I need.
Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up.
Say, bro, look, with that right there, is only 2 YouTubers that do that, and I'm both of them. I don't want to see nobody else doing that now. Like I own the right shit. Let me step my... Listen, right, let's get into this one.
I'm going to say something shocking here. I agree with Bill O'Reilly.
Well, do it live. Fuck it.
When he just said what we need. We need a deal for intrusive nuclear inspections, and we need to reopen the strait. Remarkably, that is exactly what President Obama handed Trump on his first inauguration. It's exactly what he handed.
It gets worse.
Come on, and he handed the Iranians enough money.
And the strait was open.
He handed the Iranians enough money to wildly increase terrorist activity around the Middle East.
Some people are so dumb.
Okay, but where are we today?
He handed them everything.
Where are we today? I'm just saying, like, look, I'm trying to find common ground.
You're saying Obama was the great statesman after handing the Iranians billions of dollars?
And thing sucks.
Excuse me?
You're saying we should be more like Obama, who gave the Iranians billions of dollars?
Wait. Oh, so Trump, when he amazingly lifted oil sanctions on the Iranians in the middle of the war, like, hey, thanks for killing 14 Americans, we're going to lift oil sanctions on you. That alone gave them $15 to $16 billion.
Billions and 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 billions.
Right now, you can buy a lot of ballistic missiles from the Chinese for $16 billion that Iran, that we just handed Iran in the course of this war.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching.
I'm going to say something.
Hey, man, listen, he ain't lying.
Please.
Mr. President, after 3.5 years, you regretted all the lying you've done to the American people.
All the what?
All the lying, all the dishonesties.
That who has done?
You have done. Tens of thousands.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask about the payroll tax.
Please.
Hey, yo, I'm not going to lie to y'all, bro. I would love for one of them reporters to ask him what's 3 times 7. I bet you he can't answer, dog. His cognitive abilities have decreased so much, bro. The dude was bragging about taking these cognitive tests for, like, dementia, and they're literally tests that a kid can pass, and he's talking about how difficult they are and how he took it 3 times and aced it. And he said, y'all couldn't even pass it if y'all took it, most likely. Some of you in this room, I said, man, this dude's a real idiot. Real talk. Somebody in the comments said, why would any high school administrator approve? What parent let their child participate in this? Listen, his own kids can't trust him being around, and you gonna trust your daughters around him, dog? That's like putting a goddamn honey glazed salmon in front of grizzly bear. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy work right there.
Trottle Dump has posted over 50 times in the last hour. It is 11 o'clock in DC. 45 of them are about Obama and that it has been proven that he committed treason. Tulsi Gabbard came out with some bombshell evidence that proves that he rigged the 2020 election and the Russia, and he is guilty of treason. The other couple were this black man knocking over this tray of plates, highlighting a comment that says, I wouldn't call him a man. A real man would never disrespect another person like this. I'll call him what he is, a POS. He shared a video of, as you can see, a black woman always scheming. Apparently she had ordered DoorDash and then canceled the order so she could keep the food. And he shared a video of black children, young adults, as you can see, stealing, highlighting a comment that said, this is why the convenience store chain Wawa is closing stores one after another. Yeah. Trottle Dump has posted.
Say, bro, we really be living rent-free in their mind. Even the president, dog, the POTUS. This man is a crazy-ass dude, dog. Like, white people don't do shit, too? You just won't focus on black people. I know the video is entitled Proving That Trump Hates Americans, but black Americans, shit, he really despises you.
On gas prices, how much longer will Americans continue to see these high gas prices?
Well, they're not very high. If you look at what they were supposed to be in order to get rid of a nuclear weapon with the danger that entails. So the gas prices have come down very much over the last 3-4 days. I know, and that's what ABC says. But the fact is that if you look at the stock market's up, everything's doing really well. And the big thing we have to do is we have to make sure that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon, because if they do, you want to talk about problems, you'd have problems. So very important is that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon, and they've agreed to that. Iran's agreed to that, and they've agreed to it very powerfully. They've agreed to give us back the nuclear dust that's way underground because of the attack we made with the B-2 bomber. So we have a lot of agreement with Iran, and I think something's going to happen very positive.
Yeah, this dude's full of shit, bro. I swear, bro. This dude here does not like Americans, bro. He's getting richer while we getting poorer. Real talk, man. Didn't they say the dude came up like $4 billion in the last year? Literally like $4 billion. He couldn't make that money in the private sector. He had to become president to really be the type of person that can make the money he wants to make. That was the play. He don't care about no damn Americans, bro.
You are on the first one that affects Americans here at home, gas prices. Today they hit $4.
We're $4, yeah, and we have a country that's not going to be throwing a nuclear weapon at us in 6 months.
But Americans are feeling the effects in the interim.
And they're also feeling a lot safer.
What is the plan to bring them back down?
All I have to do is leave Iran, and we'll be doing that very soon. And they'll become tumbling down. And stock prices were up today almost to a record.
Nigga, who cares, bro? Most of the poor people who voted for you don't even have stock accounts. Be real. Them people in Mississippi and Alabama and them rural states and stuff where they gotta catch a bus to go to school that's 10 miles from their house, you think they have stock accounts? They don't give a shit about no damn stock market, bro. They care about gas, little brother.
Because they know two things. Number one, we have a safe country. We had to take a little detour because we had a madman named Khomeini who sadly is no longer with us.
Crazy.
Well, no, the gas prices have come down today. Have you looked? They've come down very substantially today. The gas prices, you know what's happened today? Gas prices are way down and the stock market is way up today. So gas prices have come down, and I saw today that they broke negatively. In other words, to our positive position, they broke our way very substantially. And when the war is over, gas will fall down at levels that you've never seen before. You'll be down to where you were, maybe even lower. We had it down to, I was in Iowa, and we were at 85. We're about 85. What did you say? Yeah, we broke it. We had numbers that nobody's seen in a long time.
Exactly, because nobody actually seen them, you lying sack of shit.
Well, no, gas prices have come down today. Have you looked?
Crazy, bro. His followers believe him. That's what they saying in the comments. The midterms can't get here soon enough, bro. Shit. You know what's crazy, bro? You know, Louisiana just got back to Jim Crow. They just undone the damn 1965 Civil Rights Act. Black people have no power in Louisiana again, which is sad, dog. Jeff Clandry with his white supremacist ass, bro. You know, I would love the opportunity to slap fire out his ass, but you know, straight to jail. That boy used to be an attorney general. He gonna make sure you go.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
What extent?
No, he lied. Y'all caught the lie. He said he don't think about Americans' financial situation. He don't think about anybody's. You're a fucking lie. You think about your financial situations. You done came up $4 billion. You know you love that word billion. Billions and billions and billions and billions. Dirty looking ass. I can't stand this. What flavor is it? It's peach tea, monster, can energy drink built ass dude, bro. I can't stand them. Y'all shouldn't drink those. Disgusting.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
What extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon.
Now, critics are resurfacing what Trump was promising voters just weeks before the election.
But we're going to get this done, and you're going to have, within 1 year, think of it, within 1 year, you're going to have electric bills and energy bills, and your gasoline for your car is going to be 50% cheaper than it is right now. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
That dude really do. But you know what's interesting? Red states on average are, then who put them in office? The reds. Red cities or towns are dumber than blue cities or towns on average. When you go down college degree, the more difficult the degree becomes, the less representation you have on the Republican side. So in other words, you start at the easiest, go your way down to something in the STEM field, and the less amount of Republicans you're going to find out there. You don't have a lot of Republicans going to goddamn medical school. They're not that damn smart. You're going to find them, but I promise you most of them are liberal.
Trump, I want to thank you for the high prices of gas. It's $4.19 in South Florida today. I'm in Delray right now, and it's $4.19 at this station. Gas has increased $1 a gallon or more, all because of this unnecessary war that you've gotten us into in Iran, and you don't even know why we're fighting. Once it's nuclear weapons, then it's regime change, then it's this, then it's that. I thought you destroyed all the nuclear weapons a year back in June. What happened to that? What happened to that story? You know, you tell us one story after another story after another story, and you don't even remember which story you've told us.
It's dementia.
You've told us so many times. I mean, really? We didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for you ever. And MAGA didn't vote for war either. And war is not helping anybody. But you did make the one comment today that the United States is the largest oil producer in the country, in the world, and that we're making money. Yeah, you and your oil buddies are making money. The billionaires are making money off the backs of the American people, just like your tariffs. You made money on that too. Love you from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, my cuckoos, and the burnt elephant bubbas. You happy with this war and these gas prices? And this is just the beginning. It's not the end. Whatever Donald Trump tells you, it's not the end. Just watch.
Hey, bro, you know what's crazy? I want y'all to do yourself a favor when y'all go and get some gas. Go look at the recent purchase around the gas station. Go look at how much people been put in their tank. I was there yesterday. I seen 5, 10, 15, 20. It was only a few that had looked like they had, they filled up. Nah, man, motherfuckers going in there and putting $20 in there, bro. I'm telling you. And $20 not getting them nothing. You talking about 3.5, 4 gallons of gas. Crazy work. And that's the cheap gas too.
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday, the president was asked about whether Americans' financial concerns were motivating him to make a deal with Iran. His response was, I don't think about Americans' financial situations. Do you think that's the right message? Do you think the president should be considering the financial total?
I don't know the context in which he made that comment, but I can tell you the president thinks about Americans' financial situations. I talk to him on average twice a day, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day, and we talk about it constantly. He's laser focused on trying to resolve the conflict in Iran, because if we get the Strait of Hormuz, when we get the Strait of Hormuz reopened, that will alleviate a lot of pressure with gas prices and other things in the economy. Now, we've done everything. Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday, the president was
Crazy. Y'all heard that, huh? But he ain't have that to say in front of the camera when they asked him about it. So you telling us, instead of telling the world that shit and giving us the confidence that he's actually caring about our financial situation, he rather talk to you behind closed doors and talk to you about it when he should have told us that he cared? It's kind of sad, bro. That's all I'm going to see.
Do you agree with the president's position that Americans' financial situations should not be a consideration in that decision-making process?
Well, I don't think the president said that. I think that's a misrepresentation of what the president said.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
Do you agree with the president's position that Americans' financial situations...
If it look like a duck, quack like a duck, it got to be a duck with his duck ass.
The Democrats are the wife that wants spending, and the Republicans are the guy that says their household needs to stop spending, but he has a gambling problem.
Yeah. This is a super popular talking point, but are Democrats and Republicans actually the same when it comes to spending? Let's do some math. So I grabbed the president for every year and the House and the Senate majority. So now we can see every single year that Congress and the presidency were split, and we can also see the years that they were all unified. I grabbed the deficit and surplus for every year since 1980, and I also jotted down the rate of change. Now we have to factor in inflation and the fact that our economy changes in size every year, so I grabbed the GDP. So now we can track the rate of change in our deficit or surplus every year by percentage of the GDP. Now it's important to note that since the 90s, the Democrats have not had a filibuster-proof majority. So all of the numbers that I'm about to show you might be amplified if the Democrats take office again, because in modern history, they haven't been able to pass legislation with a filibuster. But let's get into the meat and potatoes. Does either party actually save the United States money, and which party spends the most? The Democrats, on average, decrease the deficit or increase the surplus by a rate of 0.41% of the GDP on average every year.
Doesn't MAGA always say that Republicans handle the budget better? Didn't they say that? I could have sworn they said that, bro. Like, that's one of their biggest talking points. Democrats are wasteful spenders and the Republicans are conservative spenders, which is, eye-opening, because according to this, that's a lie.
Republicans, on average, increase the deficit by 0.63% every year. And when it's split, Democrats and Republicans together increase the deficit by about 0.34% of the GDP every year on average. What does this mean? Well, in modern history, that means that Democrats, while they were in power, have saved the United States an average of $167,971,833,000 every year. But the Republicans have spent $77,335,444,000 more dollars than the average every year. So the Democrats are saving the United States money, and the Republicans are spending more of it. By the way, if you want the spread...
So, there you go. And for shits and giggles, has Trump decreased the deficit or has he increased the deficit? I don't know. Did he? People that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world. That's a damn, as far as what? Respected? Man, shit. Everyone looks at us like terrorists now. With almost no inflation and a record stock market price, 401ks are high as ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt. 37 trillion. Record investment in the USA, plants and factories going up all over the place. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high income people, will be paid to every.
Hey, Trump supporter here. This goes out to Don Jr. and Eric. Where the is my phones? I ordered 4 gold Trump phones in the summer. Now we can't get any updates on them.
He's not alone. a bunch of customers and MAGA fans are very angry to find that Donald Trump is breaking his word again. The Trump family business has duped whatever fans it has left. This latest grift involves the Trump family's business failure to deliver promised Trump phones after getting down payments on them from a lot of customers. Now, how many people would actually like to buy a Trump gold phone at this juncture, say in the last year? Well, considering the past ripoffs and the fact that no major cell phones are actually produced in the U.S., so this seemed like a long shot, well, you might think not that many. But the answer is well over 500,000 people each paid a $100 deposit to get in on the planned and promised Trump phone. Not a single confirmed customer, though, has gotten one. This is a report from the IBT. Meanwhile, the website for the so-called Trump Mobile, which isn't very mobile, includes a disclaimer. A pre-order doesn't guarantee a device will be produced or made available for purchase.
What?
I mean, that is just out there. A pre-order means not a pre-order. We just hold your $100 and we might never make the phone. The so-called Trump phone was announced with a lot of fanfare by Trump's sons last year.
Today, we're here to introduce Trump Mobile, making phones in America. It's about time we bring products back to our great country.
We're going to be having call centers for Trump Mobile in St. Louis, so we're keeping our data onshore. We plan to build phones in America. All of our customer support is in America. A lot of people are getting ripped off, to say the least, because they don't pay attention to their cell phone plans. So I think we can do a better.
People are getting ripped off. They're going to do a better job. They're actually doing no job because they haven't shipped any phone. The company's selling point was that this somewhat gilded device would be made in America. You heard that in some of those clips. Now they say it will be proudly American. I guess that's kind of how the phone identifies. It will be designed with American values in mind. Sure. Whatever. But that's not how country of origin labeling works. If you're going to make something here or have it abroad, the mother of all tariffs president ought to know that. The phone reportedly now predominantly made in China. But again, that's if it's made. So far, the company now says, don't assume if you buy one or part of one that it'll ever be produced, so we don't know if it's ever going to be made or where.
Hey, Trump. Hey, bro, look, just take your L, dog. Take it on the chin, because you ain't getting that phone with your stupid ass. Boy, you's a duck. You a real duck if you gave that man your money. You ain't see what happened to Trump University, how all them people got their money stolen from them? You ain't see that? You ain't see all of the failed businesses? Come on, man. Let's be real, dog. You have to be slow. Your brain has to be smoother than 90s R&B jams. I will end the Russian-Ukraine war in 24 hours. No new foreign wars. I will lower prices immediately. Tariffs will make America wealthy and lower costs. Manufacturing boom is coming back. Man, do you know how many manufacturers then left this bitch since you took office? How many farmers then went bankrupt? You lying sack of shit. No tax on Social Security. No tax on tips. Largest deportation operation in U.S. history. I will protect Medicare and Medicaid. We'll use tariff revenue for affordable child care. Shit, you could have used that money you spent on the war to cover child care, but you don't care about the care of the children. Sir, duck ass. I will lower prescription drug prices. I will eliminate student loan debt. I will build new infrastructure all over America. I will make America respected again. Man, this man know on the low IQ people that call themselves MAGA.
I am the candidate of peace. I am peace. People don't believe that. I am peace.
A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for a man who wants to end wars, not start them.
We do not want war with Iran. We actually want peace. The Iranians are clearly not very good at war. Perhaps.
I don't know, but J.D. Vance and Erica Kirk gotta be related. They got that same evil, lifeless look about them, bro. It's just you, bro. Tell me if this man ain't put a damn blonde wig on and shaved that beard, you wouldn't think you was looking at Erica Kirk, man. I'm telling you, that same that look right there. I can't describe it, but he got it.
They should follow President Trump's lead and give peace a chance.
Kamala's campaigning with warmongers like Liz Cheney. How do you think that is? She picks Liz Cheney, whose father virtually destroyed the Middle East. You know, Liz Cheney, she talks big, oh, I want war. She always wants war. Every time I was with her in the White House, we should attack this nation, that nation. Nations that people never even heard of, we should attack. She's a big, tough guy. She sits back in Washington, oh, we ought to go and attack Iran, Iraq. We're going to attack everybody. That's why I broke up with her. All she wanted to do is go to war with everybody. These war hawks, they want to draft your kids to die in wars. and they will never fight themselves. You know, we'll stay around the country for 15 years, just bomb the hell out of everybody, make everybody miserable. Nobody knows why we're there, you know, the wars that never end. These endless wars that we've been in, I've gotten us out of so many. We don't want to get into wars. We're tired of fighting. I'm the only president in the last 84 years that didn't start a war. Under Trump, we will have no more wars. No more wars. No more wars. We will have prosperity and peace. We will have prosperity and we will have peace. Remember, I'm the president of peace. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. He's going to start a war. I said, no. My rhetoric is going to keep us out of wars, and that's what happened. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into. Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. I believe that he will attack Iran sometime prior to the election because he thinks that's the only way he can get elected. Isn't it pathetic?
The lies never stop. The lies. What makes it even worse, MAGA won't see the writing on the wall, man. You know, MAGA, their brains are smoother than the metal balls Furious was juggling, pause, in the movie Boys in the Hood. You remember that? When he was waiting on Trey to come back home? Trey went on the drill. He got out to go, hey, man, let me out. Yeah, he smoothed it in them. Crazy.
The donors, the special interests, the lobbyists have very strong power over these people. They have a lot of control over our politicians. And I don't say that favorably.
This is our first Jewish president. We thank you for everything.
You're not going to support me, even though you know I'm the best thing that could ever happen to Israel. You're not going to support me because I don't want your money. I love Israel. I'm with you all the way. You will be bigger, better, stronger. And a lot of bad decisions that have been made for the benefit of lobbyists and special interests. You better get rid of the super PACs because they're causing a big problem. We have to get the people of our country, of this country, to love Israel more. That are Jewish people, that are great people, they don't love Israel enough. The donors, the special interests, the lobbyists have very strong power over these people.
Yeah, bro, he cut it because that talking shit that he was doing in 2015 versus what he did in 2019 and today, bro. They said our first Jewish president, dog. Ain't that something? Oh Lord, you really can't talk no sense in these people, dog.
China thinks we're a stupid country. A very stupid country. They can't believe that somebody finally got wise to them. Not one president, Bush, Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, have you?
You always got to throw that shit in there. Dog, this dude is a racist, Barack Hussein Obama. He know that word is going to put some fear in fear. Hussein, anything Middle Eastern sounding, dog, that's going to get the people going is provocative.
One president, think of it, not one president charged China anything. And we're going to have a fantastic future together. Such respect for China, the job you've done. You're a great leader. I say it to everybody. You're a great leader. Sometimes people don't like me saying it, but I say it anyway because it's true. I always say the truth. And they're here today to pay respects to you and to China. And they look forward to trade and doing business. And it's going to be totally reciprocal on our behalf. But it's an honor to be with you. It's an honor to be your friend. And the relationship between China and the USA is going to be better than ever before. Thank you very much. Thank you. China thinks we're a stupid country.
Hey, dog, that's crazy. He the type of dude that act like he ain't said nothing crazy about them people when they're around, but as soon as they leave, he be talking again. That boy gonna go on Truth Social and start talking hella shit about China. I know it. Crazy.
The way he built Trump Towers, he'll be using illegal immigrant labor to do it. The second thing about the trade war, I don't understand, because your ties and the clothes you make is made in Mexico and in China. So you're going to be starting a trade war against your own ties and your own suits. All right.
You know what?
Why don't you make them in America?
Their currencies. No. They devalue their currencies.
Well, then make them in America.
That makes it well, you don't know anything about business. You
well, make them in America.
You don't know anything about it because you're a lousy.
Well, I don't know anything about bankrupting 4 companies. You bankrupted 4 companies. I don't know anything about.
You know what?
Starting a university. That was a fake university. A fake university.
That's called.
There are people who borrowed $36,000 to go to Trump University, and they're suing him now. $36,000 to go to a university. That's a fake school.
By the way,
and you know what they got? They got to take a picture with a cardboard cutout of Donald Trump.
And by the way,
that's what they got for the $36,000.
That's a flex, Trump. You won a lawsuit against the people you scammed who believed in you and invested in your shit. That's a win to you. The fact that y'all made this man president really let me know that like it's not that many smart people in this country.
I want to move on. They actually did a very good job, but I've won most of the lawsuit.
Senator, I want to bring in my colleague Maria Celeste.
Excuse me, let me ask you, am I allowed to respond to this?
You're allowed. You've been responding.
Okay, well, no, I haven't. I really haven't.
He's talked through the whole thing.
You tell me about this guy. This is what we're going to have.
Here's the guy that inherited $200 million. If he hadn't inherited $200 million, you know where Donald Trump would be right now? Selling watches in Manhattan.
I turned it into $10 billion. I borrowed $1
Then
million.
release the tax return so we can see how
I
much money
borrowed
he
$1 million. I turned it into $10 billion, more than 10. He lied this time. He lied. 100%. 100%.
You lied about the Polish workers.
Yeah.
You lied to the students of Trump University.
38 years ago.
Oh, he lied 38 years ago. All right, I guess there's a statute of limitation on lies. Now he's repeating himself.
No, I'm not repeating. No. I don't repeat myself.
You don't repeat yourself.
Here's the guy who repeats himself. They're talking about repeating. I watched him repeat himself 5 times 4 weeks ago. And
I saw you repeat yourself 5 times 5 seconds ago.
I watched him.
Say, bro, that shit's so funny to me, bro. That shit is so funny to me, bro. And now they're working side by side. Oh, they put the differences apart, like aside. Like, come on, shit be so fake, dog. Can't beat them, join them, huh?
I do need to give our audience an update. An update on a product you may have been waiting in the wings to purchase. Remember Trump's new smartphone business, the golden phone they were offering, complete with an American flag and the promise that it would be, quote, made in the USA. That was the hook to get you to buy the phone instead of, an iPhone or one of the traditional offerings. Well, now they're scrapping that tagline. It sounds like they just realized that the phone cannot be manufactured in the US of A for that price tag of $499. Now, there is a spokesperson there who says, no. It will still be made in the USA, but they're taking the tagline away. And experts have told our colleagues at CNBC that this device will likely be made, and you guessed it, China, the country at the center of the trade war. I thought you should know. I do need to.
Hey, bro, that's some wild shit, dog. That's irony for that ass. Crazy. Remember that cognitive test I was telling y'all about? I found a video. Look at this shit.
Anybody running for president or vice president should take a cognitive test. And no president has ever taken one except me. I've taken 3 of them, and I've aced each one. 1 in the first administration, 2 over here. And whenever they get a little sassy, like, does he still have it? Does he still have what it takes? I say, all right, I'll take another one. And they are hard. There are many people in this room I know that are smart. They're not going to ace them. There are many people standing back there, the fake news media. I'd like to have them. The first question is very easy. And they always show the first question is, you have a lion, a bear, an alligator.
So I found the test the president is calling really, really difficult. It's called the Montreal Cognitive Assessment. As you can see here, there's 3 animals you need to name. Here's a cube that you need to draw. Here's some lines you need to trace. And here's some letters you need to say. We should all be really, really, really worried that the president is bragging about how hard this test was. This is not an intelligence test. This isn't something you take and you walk away with a certificate saying how smart you are. This is a test that they administer to people to measure how bad their dementia is getting. Our president is talking about having taken this 3 times, which means he's being actively monitored to see whether or not his dementia is getting worse. He walks out of this test sweating, thinking, man, that was hard. Meanwhile, this is something literally a first grader would pass. Share this with somebody who thinks Trump's a genius.
Yep. There it is.
Enjoy your dinner.
Bro, that one got a sting. That one got a sting right there. Yeah, bro. So about the war in Iran and all that kind of stuff, I seen this clip, dog. Dude got cooked.
The nuclear material is still in Iran. It is still in Iran, and we've done nothing to get it out.
If the goal of the war is to stop Iran from developing nukes, then we have no way to actually verify if they have enriched uranium. If the goal of the war is to defang their ability to fund proxies in the Middle East, they are now more rich because they're tolling people through the Strait of Hormuz, and that is making them a lot of money. We've created an environment where Iran is gaining money due to the sanctions lifted on oil. Iran is gaining money because they're going to start tolling ships. And on top of that, this administration is not just changing objectives every single day, they're lowering the threshold for what victory is considered as. So first it was regime change, as you said. Israel named this Operation Roaring Lion, which indicates the return of the Shah. It's regime change. Then they realized that's a really hard task. We're going to just talk about weapons of mass destruction now. That one kind of works sometimes. And they realized, okay, we have no way to actually verify that as well. So now we're in a situation where people on TV are listing off, oh, we've destroyed their Air Force. We've destroyed their Navy. Their Air Force was gifted to them 55 years ago by the United States. So was the Navy. Their Air Force and their Navy were not significant threats to the United States. They were ancient. They were ancient as hell. They were old. So what have we gotten from this? We've destroyed their ancient fleets. We haven't actually secured the enriched uranium, and they're richer for it. They have control over the Strait of Hormuz and can continue to exert control over the Strait of Hormuz. I'm not seeing the victory here.
The nuclear material is still in Iran.
There you have it. L after L after L. Shit. Damn, that is tough right there. But listen, if you're a Trump fan, I'm Stockholm Syndrome is real. Go Google it. I don't expect you to know what that really like a core Trump fan. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the video.
Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up.